All right, German road trip, huh?
Sounds ambitious.
Well, we've got this book, Road Trip Germany. It's it's packed with tips, chapters and chapters.
A one-stop shop, maybe?
Yeah, but we're all about efficiency, right?
Yeah.
Got to map out the best route through all this
I
information.
hate the highlights.
Exactly. So, chapter 1, it jumps right into Germany's scenic roads.
And they really are diverse, you
They're
know.
diverse.
You've got the Bavarian Alps.
Well, the Alps.
Classic. But it's not just about Zugspitze, the highest peak. This book digs into those valleys.
Hidden valleys?
Yeah, and lakes, crystal clear lakes, the kind of places most tourists miss. Picture this. You're hiking through meadows, snow-capped peaks in the background.
Oh, yeah, that's a picture, all right. I'm sold on the Alps. But what about forests? Germany has forests, right?
Oh, tons of them. Harz Mountains, Black Forest, even the Thuringian Forest.
Wow, okay. Those names sound familiar.
And get this, wolves are making a comeback in some areas.
Wolves.
Yeah, imagine driving through those forests knowing there are wolves out there.
Adds a little bit of excitement to the trip.
A little spooky, maybe.
Maybe a little. Okay, Germany has, well, it's got seasons, right?
Yeah.
Distinct seasons. So timing is important. What's the book say about that?
Lays out the pros and cons
Of each.
of each season, yeah. But what's cool is how they connect it to events.
Events, okay.
Like, you're into classical music. Summer's prime time for outdoor concerts.
Oh, wow!
Picture this. You're listening to Beethoven under the stars.
Romantic.
With a medieval castle as your backdrop.
All right, I'm there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I like to jump right in, but got to be practical. What about car choice?
Book breaks it down based on your style. Solo traveler? Sporty convertible, maybe? Family trip? You'll want something bigger.
Makes sense, yeah.
Maybe even a camper van, if you're going off the grid.
Camper van. Now we're talking.
And then there's the Autobahn.
Ah, the Autobahn.
Oh, speed limit.
Legendary. Although, gotta admit, driving in a foreign country, it's a little,
Wrecking.
yeah, a little bit.
Well, the book's got you covered. Driving laws, etiquette, all that.
Okay, good.
Remember, you're driving on the right side.
Oh, right.
And speed limits are in kilometers.
Got it. Okay, chapter 2. Off to Bavaria.
The heartland.
Starting with Munich. Medieval meets modern, right? I think beer halls.
Oh, the beer halls.
Oktoberfest.
But it's not just that. Munich has layers of history, You got Marienplatz,
Marienplatz.
the heart of the city since medieval times, Glockenspiel, all that.
The Glockenspiel. I've seen pictures.
And then there's the Frauenkirche.
The what?
Frauenkirche. That Gothic cathedral, the twin domes.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that. Impressive.
Heavily damaged in World War II,
Was it?
but rebuilt painstakingly.
A symbol of resilience, then.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've got the medieval, but what about Renaissance, Baroque? Any hidden gems from those eras?
Definitely. The Residence, that palace complex.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
Must see for anyone into art, architecture. Mix of styles, It's like maybe evolution of Munich.
Centuries of history.
Centuries, yeah. But here's a tip. Don't miss the antiquarium.
The antiquarium.
This grand hall, vaulted ceiling, frescoes everywhere, Renaissance interior design at its finest.
Okay, I'm taking notes. Frescoes, check.
Most tourists just breeze right through.
Not me.
Hidden gem for sure.
Okay, noted. But we can't forget the beer halls, can we? What about the Hofbräuhaus?
The Hofbräuhaus, an institution.
I bet.
Definitely worth experiencing. Just be ready for crowds.
Crowds, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially during peak season.
Exactly.
Good to know. All right, Nuremberg's next. A city with a complex history, Holy Roman Empire, and, the Nazi era.
Yeah, Nuremberg's heavy.
A bit heavier than beer and pretzels.
The book acknowledges that. You can't escape history there.
So what's there to see?
You've got the Kaiserberg, the imperial castle.
Ah, a castle.
And the Altstadt, the old town. It's medieval, beautifully preserved.
Okay, yeah.
But then there's also the documentation center.
What's that?
Nazi party rally grounds.
Ooh.
A reminder, powerful reminder of, the darker side.
Yeah, I can imagine. Important to understand that history, though.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay. So after Munich and Nuremberg, where does the book take us?
Couple of other Bavarian towns, often overlooked.
Oh, overlooked. Okay, give me the inside scoop.
Regensburg, fascinating Roman history. You can still see, remnants of the Roman fortifications.
Roman ruins in Germany. Interesting.
The Porta Praetoria, Roman Gate, 2nd century A.D.
Wow, okay. That's old. What about the other town?
Bamberg, they call it the Franconian Rome. built on 7 hills.
7 hills like Rome.
Exactly. But the real gem is the Altstadt.
The old town.
Yeah, UNESCO World Heritage Site, perfectly preserved. Medieval town, half-timbered houses, cobblestone streets, little bridges over the river.
Wow, okay. That sounds really picturesque.
Yeah.
Okay, Chapter 3, The Romantic Road.
The name itself, you know.
It sparks the imagination.
It does, and it starts in Würzburg.
Würzburg.
It teases you with the residence.
Another residence.
A palace.
Yeah, but this one's got the Tiepolo ceiling fresco.
What's that?
This massive fresco covers the whole ceiling of the palace's White Hall.
The whole ceiling.
Continents, planets, the whole world above you.
Okay, that's impressive. But when I think romantic road, I think Rothenburg Obdertauber.
Of course, Rothenburg.
Yay.
Like stepping into a medieval fairy tale.
I bet, yeah. What's the book recommend there?
Well, the Plyn line.
Plyn line.
You know, that iconic intersection, half-timbered houses, the Tower Gate.
Yeah.
Most photographed spot in Rothenburg.
Oh, yeah, I've seen pictures of that. Beautiful. Besides the photos, what else should we do there?
Walk the town walls.
The walls?
Yeah, you get this amazing view, town, countryside.
Okay, good exercise, too. Anything else?
Well, there's the Criminal Museum.
Criminal what?
Criminal Museum.
Mm.
The Medieval Crime and Justice Museum. Crime and Punishment, medieval style.
Oh, wow. Okay. Sounds a little intense.
Gruesome exhibits.
Bull.
Torture devices. Okay, maybe not for everyone. All right, so Würzburg, Rothenburg. Where to next?
Dinkelsbühl.
Binkles what?
Dinkelsbühl. Smaller than Rothenburg.
Less crowded, you mean?
Yeah, but just as charming. Walls, half-timbered houses, all that.
Sounds perfect. Any notable churches there? I like a good church.
St. George's Church.
St. George's, okay.
Beautiful Gothic architecture. And here's a tip, climb the tower.
Oh, I like a good view.
Panoramic view of the town. Most people miss it.
Not us. Okay, what's next?
Get ready for this, Nördlingen.
Nördlingen, okay.
Mm.
What's so special about Nördlingen?
It's a town built entirely inside a meteorite crater.
A what? A meteorite crater. You're kidding.
I'm serious.
Wow, okay. That's unique. So what, is there like a big hole in the ground?
Well, it's incredibly well preserved. The wall's still there, circular. You can walk along it.
Walk along the crater?
Yeah, amazing views. And there's the Rees Crater Museum. Tells you the whole story.
Wow, okay. The whole meteorite impact story. That's fascinating. Okay, before we wrap up this romantic road, where else does the book say to stop?
Augsburg. Long history. Roman times, even.
Roman times.
But it's known for its Renaissance architecture.
Oh, Renaissance, okay.
Especially the Fuggerei.
The what?
The Fuggerei. World's oldest social housing complex.
Wait, what? Social housing from, like, way back when?
16th century. Built by the Fugger family.
Wow. So they were like the philanthropists of their time.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
That's incredible. 16th century social housing.
Yep.
Okay, anything else in Augsburg?
The Rathaus.
What's that?
The town hall. Architectural masterpiece.
Okay.
And the Schelsler Palais art collection.
Art, okay, got it. So Würzburg, Rothenburg, Dinkelsbühl, Nördlingen, Augsburg. Where does the romantic road end?
Füssen.
Füssen.
It's the gateway to the Alps.
Ah, back to the Alps.
And those fairy tale castles.
Fairy tale castles. Which ones?
Neuschwanstein, Hohenschwangau.
Oh, I've heard of those.
But we'll save those for the next chapter.
Okay, good tease. So far, this road trip is shaping up to be quite the adventure. History, culture, nature.
And we've only just begun.
That's right. Germany has so much to offer. This book really, it highlights those hidden gems.
The insider tips.
Exactly.
Ah.
Okay, stay tuned for Chapter 4. We're cruising along the Rhine River next. Castles and vineyards await. This is going to be epic.
All right, Rhine River time. Picture this: vineyards, castles, the whole romantic scene.
Oh, I've always wanted to see the Rhine. Steep hills, those castles perched on the cliffs.
It's even more stunning in person. And the book, it captures that charm, finds those hidden gems, you know?
Okay, tell me about those gems. What am I missing?
Or it's not just, here's a castle, it's the stories.
I like a good story.
Like Rhinstein Castle.
Rhinstein, okay.
Perched on this crag overlooking the river, it was a ruin once upon a time.
A ruin?
Yeah, but then, 19th century, Prince Frederick of Prussia, he restored it.
A prince.
Mm.
Okay, this is getting good.
Obsessed with medieval history, this guy. Filled it with armor, tapestries, the whole romantic deal.
So it's not just a castle. It's like a glimpse into the past.
Exactly. Those details make it come alive.
All right, Rhinstein, check. What other castles?
Marksburg Castle.
Marksburg, okay.
This one, never destroyed.
Really?
Incredibly well preserved. You can walk those medieval halls, climb the towers, imagine the knights and all that.
If it was never destroyed, that means
A lot of them were
damaged.
damaged, yeah. Destroyed in wars, conflicts.
Oh, right, of course. Over the centuries.
Some rebuilt, like Rhinestein.
Okay, so Marksburg's even more special then.
You could say that.
I do love a good castle, but, charming towns. I'm a sucker for those too.
Yep.
Anything along the Rhine.
Oh, yeah. Baccarat.
Tiny winemaking town, nestled in the vineyards, romantic atmosphere.
I can picture it.
Cobblestone streets, those half-timbered houses, wine taverns.
Wine taverns.
Sample the local Riesling.
You keep mentioning Riesling.
It's the Rhine's specialty. What, is that the main wine they grow there?
Those steep slopes, lots of sun, perfect for Riesling grapes. The book goes into the different types, dry to sweet. Recommends wineries to try.
Oh, research.
Yeah.
I like it. So Baccarat for Riesling, check. Any other towns?
Koblenz. Koblenz, okay.
Especially for history buffs.
Oh, tell me more.
It's where the Rhine and Moselle rivers meet. Confluence, they call it.
Ah, two rivers.
Rich Roman history there.
Roman history, okay.
A Deutsches Eck.
Deutsches Eck.
Yeah, this giant statue of Emperor Wilhelm I.
A statue, okay. Keeping watch over the rivers.
I would like that.
All right, Koblenz, noted. What about Rudesheim? I've heard it's a bit touristy.
It is, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But popular for a reason.
Okay, there must be something there.
It's picturesque, half-timbered houses, winding alleys.
Sounds familiar.
And the Drosselgasse.
Trussel, what?
Drosselgasse. Narrow lane, lined with wine taverns, shops.
More wine taverns.
Touristy, but worth a stroll, even just for the atmosphere. Okay, Rudesheim. I'll take a stroll. So we've explored some castles, towns, but what about actually getting out on the water? River cruise, maybe?
Oh, absolutely. The book recommends it. Best way to see the valley. Glide past those castles, vineyards, Leisurely meal on deck. Different itineraries, depending on your time. Short hops between towns. Longer cruises. The whole Rhine Gorge.
Okay, sign me up. A Rhine River cruise, that's a must. Anything else special about the Rhine region?
There's the Lorelei.
The what?
Lorelei, legendary siren, lures sailors to their death.
A siren. Like a mermaid?
Something like that. It's a myth, folklore, adds a little mystery to the Rhine.
I remember the Lorelei. From German literature class, maybe.
It's a classic. Adds another dimension,
Yeah, it's not just about seeing the sights, it's the stories behind them.
Yeah.
Okay, on to chapter 5. The Black Forest.
Ah, the Black Forest.
This one, it sounds magical.
It is.
Dense forests, rolling hills, cuckoo clocks. It's like straight out of a fairy tale.
Brothers Grimm territory.
Yeah. Exactly. The book, does it talk about those fairy tales?
Oh, yeah. It delves into the folklore.
Okay, what kind of stories?
Witches, goblins, enchanted forests.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm intrigued.
The Wild Huntsman.
The what?
The Wild Huntsman. Ghostly figure. Rides through the forest at night. Pack of hounds.
Okay, that's a little creepy.
Centuries-old tale.
Based on, like, a real person.
Supposedly. This nobleman, cruel, loved hunting.
Oh, okay, I see. So are all the Black Forest legends creepy?
Not all of them. They're friendly ones, too. The Moose Weiblein.
Moose what?
Weiblein, tiny women, live in the moss, protect the forest.
Oh, that's cute. Like little forest fairies.
And there are stories of, magical springs, hidden treasures.
I like those better. Okay, but back to the cuckoo clocks.
Yeah.
Got to see those right.
Triberg.
Triberg.
Cuckoo clock, capital of the Black Forest.
I bet they have a ton of cuckoo clocks there.
The house of 1,000 clocks.
Seriously? 1,000?
All shape sizes. You can even watch them being made.
All right. Triberg. Cuckoo clocks. Check. What else should we see in the Black Forest?
Triberg Waterfall.
Waterfalls.
Highest in Germany. Hike alongside them. Amazing views.
Okay, hiking and waterfalls. I like it. What about towns? Any charming towns in the Black Forest?
Baden-Baden.
Baden-Baden. That name rings a bell.
Historic spa town. Thermal baths. Casinos. Beautiful parks.
Oh, I think I've heard of it.
Popular for centuries, royalty, celebrities, all that.
A place to see and be seen, huh?
Exactly. The book suggests the Liftenthaler Allee.
What's that?
This promenade follows the Ouse River.
Okay, I can picture it. A stroll along the river, beautiful. You mentioned thermal baths. Are those still a thing?
Baden-Baden is famous for them.
What, like healing properties and all that?
The book suggests the Friedrichsbad, traditional Roman-Irish bathhouse.
19th century. Wow.
But it's got a strict routine.
I don't know about that. Strict routines aren't really my thing.
There's the Caracalla Therm, more modern, variety of pools, saunas, steam rooms.
Okay, that sounds more like it.
Outdoor pool with views of the Black Forest.
Right, I'm sold. Thermal baths, check. Any other Black Forest towns?
Freiburg. University town, vibrant.
Okay, I like vibrant.
Known for its minster,
Minsker.
the cathedral,
A cathedral, okay.
and its Altstadt, the old town.
Altstadt, got it. What makes Freiburg special?
The Bächle.
Bächle.
Little canals run through the streets.
Canals.
Legend has it, if you step in one, you marry someone from Freiburg.
Ah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, Freiburg on the list. Black Forest. It's also known for hiking, right?
The Westweg Trail.
Westweg Trail.
One of the oldest, most famous long-distance trails in Germany.
Long distance. How long are we talking?
Over 170 miles.
170 miles.
But
Okay, maybe not for this trip. Anything a bit shorter. Still want to experience those forests.
oh, plenty of options. The Feldberg Loop Trail takes you to the summit of the Feldberg,
So the summit, okay, challenge accepted.
highest peak in the Black Forest.
I like it.
And there's the Mummelsee Trail, beautiful lake, said to be home to a water spirit.
Oh, a water spirit. I'm picturing something mystical.
It's very mystical.
Okay, so many choices. Cuckoo clocks, waterfalls, thermal baths, charming towns, hiking trails. What's not to love about the Black Forest?
It really is enchanting. This
Yeah.
book, it does a great job capturing the magic.
All right, up next, Chapter 6. We're heading north.
Mm-hmm.
Hamburg, Lübeck, the Baltic coast.
Took time.
This road trip just keeps getting better. All right, north we go. Hamburg, Lübeck, the Baltic coast, from forests to coastline.
Quite a change of pace.
I am excited, but gotta admit, northern Germany is a bit of a blank slate for me. What should I picture?
Oh, Hamburg. It's a port city. Bustling, vibrant.
I can imagine, yeah. Big ships, containers, all that.
But it's more than that. The book, it captures this energy, this mix of, maritime history.
History, okay.
Cutting-edge architecture, too.
Modern, then.
Yeah, and a cool vibe. A bit alternative.
Okay, now I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
But history first, right? Where do we start?
Speicherstadt.
Spiker Way.
Speicherstadt. Warehouse District. UNESCO World Heritage Site now.
Wow, okay, so old warehouses.
It's a maze of them. Red brick, built on oak piles.
Oak piles.
Interesting.
They used to store all sorts of goods. Coffee, tea, spices, exotic stuff.
Like back in the day when Hamburg was a major trading hub.
Exactly. But here's the cool part. Many of those warehouses, they're transformed now. Museums, art galleries,
Oh, wow.
trendy restaurants even. Imagine sipping a cocktail in a former spice warehouse.
That's atmosphere. All right, so history meets modern. But we're in a port city. Got to see the harbor, right?
Of course, harbor cruise, it's a must.
Okay, I'm in.
To really get a sense of the scale, those massive container ships,
I bet.
historic sailing vessels too, and the Elbphilharmonie,
The what?
the Elbphilharmonie
Oh.
concert hall.
Oh, yeah. I've seen pictures. The one that looks like a giant wave, right?
That's the one. Incredible acoustics. And the views from the plaza are amazing. Whole harbor, city skyline. Wait, I'm picturing myself. Concert at the Elbphilharmonie, harbor views, magical. All right, so Speicherstadt, harbor cruise. The book also mentions the Reaper Bomb. I've heard stories.
Ah, the Reaper Bomb. Well, it's Hamburg's red light district.
Right, that's what I'd heard.
But it's more than that. It's a cultural hub, too. Theaters, music clubs, lots of energy.
Edgy?
A bit, yeah. Gritty, maybe. But worth experiencing. It's a different side of Hamburg.
Okay, noted. I like a little bit of edge. So history, culture, a little edge. What about something, fun, quirky,
Miniature Wonderland.
miniature what?
Wonderland. It's the largest model railway in the world.
A model railway.
Don't be fooled. It's not just trains. It's this whole miniature world.
Yeah.
Tiny cities, landscapes, even airports with planes taking off.
Oh, wow. That sounds really cool. Okay, from bustling Hamburg, we're off to Lübeck. The book highlights its connection to the Hanseatic League. Now, refresh my memory. What was the Hanseatic League again?
Powerful trading alliance. Dominated Northern Europe for centuries.
Centuries. Wow.
Beck was a key player.
Okay, so Lübeck's got history. What should I see there?
Holsten Gate.
Holsten Gate.
One of the few remaining city gates. Medieval period. Symbol of Lübeck's power back in the Hanseatic days.
All right, a medieval gate, check. Churches. Any notable ones? Always love a good church.
St. Mary's Church.
St. Mary's, okay.
Brick Gothic architecture. Incredible art inside.
Okay, tell me about the art.
An astronomical clock.
I do love a good astronomical clock.
And a sculpture, the Death Dance.
Death Dance, okay, a little ominous.
It is, yeah. A reminder of, life's fragility.
Deep. I'm sensing a theme here. Germany, it's got this mix of beauty, history, and a touch of the macabre.
You're not wrong. It's part of what makes it so fascinating.
Okay, so after Lübeck, we hit the Baltic coast. What can I expect there?
Dramatic cliffs, sandy beaches, seaside towns, A sense of peace.
Oh, yeah. Tranquility. I need some of that after all this exploring.
Rügen Island, Germany's largest island.
Rügen Island, okay.
Chalk cliffs.
Chalk cliffs.
Yeah.
Like the White Cliffs of Dover.
Similar, yeah. Rising right out of the sea. The Königstuhl, it's the highest point. Incredible views.
All right, adding that to the list. Beaches, though, are they good for swimming?
The Baltic's a bit colder than, say, the Mediterranean.
Okay, yeah.
But on a sunny day, it's perfect. And the beach is the beautiful white sand.
Perfect. You mentioned seaside towns. Binz.
Classic resort town. Elegant architecture. Lively promenade.
Okay, I like lively.
And Sellen, quieter. Known for its pier, its beach.
A quieter option, nice. So we've done the coast. What's next?
Back inland we go. Moselle River Valley.
Moselle River Valley.
Stunning scenery, vineyards, charming towns.
More vineyards. All right, I'm sensing a pattern here.
Riesling country, some of the best in the world.
Okay, Riesling it is. But scenery, towns, what should we see?
Kokum.
Oakham, picturesque town.
Okay.
Dominated by Reichsburg Castle.
Castle.
Medieval.
Yeah.
Sits high above the town. You can tour it, the gardens, those views of the valley. Okay, stop. I'm already there. Sitting on a terrace, Riesling in hand, overlooking the valley. Bliss.
It's pretty magical, and there's more to the Moselle Valley than just Kokum. Scenic drives along the river, vineyard stops, charming towns like Bernkastel queues, maybe even a boat trip.
All right, Moselle Valley, you've convinced me. But with all these amazing places, how do I even start planning this road trip?
Chapter 10. It's all about planning. That perfect German road trip.
Okay, let's dive in. Planning mode activated.
Itineraries for different trip lengths, 1 week, 2 weeks, even longer. Travel time, must-see sites, even some off-the-beaten-path suggestions.
I like options. I like to have a plan, but also be spontaneous.
That's the beauty of a road trip. You can have your route, but if something grabs your attention, detour.
Absolutely. Besides the itinerary, any other tips?
Choosing the right car,
Oh, yeah, important.
accommodations, budgeting.
Practical stuff, car choice, any recommendations?
Consider a diesel, more fuel efficient, especially if you're covering a lot of ground.
Good point.
And an international driving permit, just in case.
Okay, safety first. What about accommodations? I'm picturing like cozy guest houses, maybe even castle hotels.
Germany's got it all. Hostels, luxury hotels. Book in advance, though, especially during peak season.
Makes sense, yeah. But what about those castle hotels? Are those a real
Oh,
thing?
yeah. The book lists a few. Imagine spending the night in a real medieval castle.
Okay, bucket list item right there. Castle hotel, check. All right, last question before we wrap up. Food. Got to talk about food. Road trip's not complete without some good eats. What's the German food scene like?
Oh, it's delicious. The book has a whole section on it. Regional specialties, restaurant recommendations.
Okay, give me some highlights. What should I be sure to try?
Schnitzel.
Schnitzel. Okay.
Classic. Thin cutlet of meat, breaded, pan-fried.
Sounds simple, but good. What about something a bit more, substantial?
Sauerbraten.
So right.
Sauerbraten, pot roast, marinated for days, wine, vinegar.
Okay, that sounds delicious. And dessert. Gotta have dessert.
Black forest cake.
Oh, yeah, Black Forest cake. I've heard of that one.
Chocolate cake, cherries, whipped cream.
All right, you've sold me. Landscapes,
Clear.
castles, history, culture, even the food. This has been an amazing deep dive.
This book, Road Trip Germany, it's truly a gem, packed with inspiration.
Agreed. So final thoughts on planning a German road trip.
Do your research, plan your route, but be open to those spontaneous detours. Germany has so much to offer, and a road trip, it's the best way to experience it all.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks for joining me on this German road trip adventure. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some planning to do. Auf Wiedersehen.